Remember the time.
Remember the time?
Remember the time.
Hey, remember the time?
Remember the time?
Remember the time?
Hey, remember the time?
Hey, remember the time?
Hey, remember the
Hi,
time?
remember that there time?
Do you recall the occasion?
Remember that time.
So, Gingy, you're working on something Conan, is what you're doing?
Yes.
What are you just building stuff there and Conan like you do in Valheim or what?
Kind of.
How?
I'm building it. I'm building a place for players that other players can use, and then I'm leaving it and going up north.
You're leaving north for the winter, I knew it. And
Yep.
Renji, I assume you are enjoying your new piece of tech?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I heard you finally got a 5, is this true?
It's 100% true.
Nice, nice. It's so nice to have things peaceful in the multiverse for once. Quite nice. I feel bad for some of the heinous, chaotic shit I used to do in my original timeline with you guys, though. You know what? I got a question. You never really told me some of the heinous, chaotic, wacky crap that you and your bros have done in the OG timeline. You mean in the OG Earth timeline? Yeah. Don't you have like a ton of stories with these two? I do. But there's...
I don't think you want to know them.
Are you sure? Well, there are some that I don't think we are at liberty to tell, but there's one in particular that kind of makes, let's just say, Gingy's blood boil to a flaming degree. Oh, is this the one? Yeah. Hey, y'all remember the time when we almost killed Gingy?
Good time.
Vividly.
So, wasn't this the infamous Ghost Pepper Burger story? Yeah. Yeah, it is. And, I guess we've never told this story, like, as a sketch or as a bit or anything, huh? No? Remind me how it goes, because he's still, if I remember correctly, trying to plot your murder, right?
Oh no, I'm not trying to plot yours.
He's trying to plot
I'm
mine.
trying to plot the other person that's in here.
Hey, you can't bring me into this.
Oh, I can bring you into this, bitch.
I had nothing to do with the construction of that
You
room.
had everything to do with it.
You had specifically requested that I get revenge on him.
You had everything to do with it.
Okay, so how does the story go? Okay, so, and feel free
I
to
think that before that story, there needs to be a preface story.
Yes. So, do you want to tell the preface story?
I can go ahead and tell the preface story.
Tell the preface story. Oh God.
So, as most people would probably assume, and as most people would, wings are delicious. Spicy, barbecue, they're all incredibly good. There's one place that we found that, to this day, is probably above all others. And that would be a special place called ATL Wings, which we still go to.
It stands for All the Love Wings. Ah. What makes this place special?
The wings are incredibly juicy. The sauces and dry rubs are made fresh every day. And the best part, Kool-Aid on tap.
Fresh Kool-Aid?
Fresh Kool-Aid on tap.
Okay, I have not, as a hybrid slash metaphysical alien-like creature, I've not had fresh Kool-Aid. Is it delicious?
Incredibly. It's the perfect palate cleanser after a set of hot wings.
It's delicious.
Then speaking of hot wings,
Yes.
there comes where our story really starts. With myself, Crash, and our friend, Chevelle Man.
As well as Renji Man.
Well, Renji's gonna come into this in a second.
Yes.
But for us, for the three of us, this was for a bit how would you say it? Tradition
Yes.
for us to go there every couple weeks during the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of those adventures, we decided, you know what? We're going to bring Renji along. And things are good. Renji, though, is the odd one out. I don't think he's human because he doesn't like wings. So, we have him at this wing place, and we're trying to get him to try some wings.
Mm-hmm.
Just sample the flavor. Now, Chev and I had a little prank idea. something that we decided, you know what, this will be a little funny, and we can always get him something to drink to cover it. There's a specific dry rub that I always get, called the ATL Classic. There's also the other dry rub, which is called the ATL Spicy. Now, both of them have fantastic flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But the ATL Spicy uses ghost pepper in it.
Oh.
So, we're all sitting down, we all have our wings, we all have our food. I'm munching into mine. Crash and Chev are munching into theirs. And Renji's just sitting there, just kind of dawdling his fingers. And so we're getting him, hey, try this buffalo one, try this barbecue one, try this tangy Asian flavor. And I hand him one and go, here, try the dry rub. I do not specify that is the spicy dry rub. He takes a bite, and he's only taking like one bite of these, so we're finishing the rest of them. Suddenly, he starts feeling the pain, and we eventually reveal to him what it was that he ate. And I will state that he already had his I'm sorry by me willingly giving him my drink and me buying another one for myself. So, that's where the previous story ends. Very simple, just a little, one bite prank.
That nearly made my mouth go into a volcano.
Because Renji Man is a complete bitch when it comes to heat.
Yes.
I'm slowly getting there.
So, okay. Where does the part 2 start? So here's where the part 2 starts. After this excursion, we're done hanging out, right? We joke, we laugh it off, we're having a good time. Me and Chev are clearly covered in more, sauce than a salsa dance at a fiesta. Gingy is clearly covered in more dry rub than a turkey on Thanksgiving. And Renji Man has finally experienced what the terms flame on finally is like. And it's the end of the night. And as we're getting out of the restaurant, Renji Man pulls me aside privately as we're about to get into the car. And he's like, "Hey, Crash. Listen. I need you to find a way to get back at Gingy." And I ask, "Why?" And he's like, just, you're creative, you cook. Find a way to get back at him." And I'm like, "But..."
As I'm saying through tears.
As you're saying through tears. And dilated red inflamed eyes, but yes. And, I'm like, "Okay, alright, I will find a creative way that, you know, him and I could both attempt to enjoy, but, I mean, you know, it'd be fun if we all try to pull little pranks on each other whenever." So, time passes on. And we started doing a tradition of hanging out quite a bit as bros. And we've had a few friends even join us on some of these nights too, such as, again, Chevelle, Arkham's Nightmare, a few others. But one of the nights, at the time, the new season of Samurai Jack came out, the final season, on Adult Swim. And it got done airing on TV, but they released a collector's edition box set that I got as, what was it, a Christmas present or a birthday present?
I think it was a birthday present.
It was a Borf present. So, and I decided, hey, Gingy's been wanting to marathon the entire series from start to finish and watch the final season. So is Renji Man. Let's have just a good old-fashioned marathon night, and I'll cook a bunch of delicious food at home. Now, can I interject with a side question? It's for Gingy and Renji.
Yes.
I've only ever heard stories of Crash's cooking. I need you to actually, like, confirm it for me. Is his cooking skills actually good?
It's heaven as long as he's not trying to goddamn kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know, because I've had his cooking, and it is confirmed. Can I say this word? It's YouTube. I don't think they care. Orgasmic. Yeah, I've gotten that reaction before. What? That's a story for another day. Okay, good to know. Anyhow, so one of the nights that we decided to do it, and it was season 4, if I remember correctly, we decided to do a barbecue night.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
it was
remember
hot
that
food
night.
It was hot food night.
What was it?
It was hot food.
No, but remember it was a burger that I made?
Yeah,
Yes,
but you made the
it
burger
was
on hot night.
It was barbecue night. So it was macaroni,
Yeah, that's what it was.
ribs, burgers.
Yeah.
I could have swore we had a night where it's just hot food, and we say barbecue for season 5.
No, it was barbecue.
No, it was still spicy.
Yes.
It was just spicy barbecue.
Yes. And we did have a hot food night, but it wasn't for that. It was for a different thing. But anyhow, so we had barbecue. And I had made homemade ribs. Renji Man had made his famous meaty mac and cheese. We had burgers. We had, like, fajitas. It was a smorgasbord of a carnivore's paradise. But I had, as part of the request, I had made burgers. And as I was making burgers, I had pulled Gingy aside into the kitchen, away from everybody, and said, hey, come into the kitchen for a moment. Comes into the kitchen. And say, hey man, listen, I want to settle this feud that you and I have once and for all. Clearly, you and I have a pissing contest when it comes to who can handle the spiciest thing, right? So, I want this to be like the final chapter, the end saga of this. So I showed him the ghost pepper barbecue hot sauce that I was going to cook the burgers in. And he looked at it, he looked what was in it, and he saw that I also had, like, some cheese. And he was like, yeah, man, this actually sounds good. Cool. I'm going to make 2 separate burgers, one for you, one for me. You know, so it's kind of our final hurrah. No big deal. He goes back into the bedroom to relax. Giggity? That's where we watched Samurai Jack. Ah, okay. So, what I didn't tell him, and this is where the prank part comes in, is that I had bought specifically habanero pepper jack cheese. Uh-oh. And actual ghost peppers that I finally diced up into the meat with seeds. Uh-oh. On top of the sauce. Sweet hell on a handbasket. You created an actual weapon. I did. And I made one for myself too, just so it was only fair. So, we get to watching Samurai Jack. We get to eating and enjoying ribs and smoked meats and fajitas and all sorts of goodies. And finally we get around to the burger. Gingy's the first one that eats the burger. And he's doing really, really well, for the most part. For about 15-20 minutes. Gingy?
Have you ever had one of those moments where you sit there and you realize very slowly something's wrong? Something's very wrong.
Yes.
And then it hits you like a 10-ton truck falling from the sky on top of you.
Like an actual cartoon?
Yes, like a JoJo cartoon.
Wow. Yes, I've had that happen.
And all while a certain Renji man is right behind it, throwing it down at you.
Hmm.
My hatred is unending, you little bitch. I proceed to curl into a goddamn ball. I don't remember anything that happened after that. All I remember is pain.
Pain. Hatred and pain?
Not even hatred. A pain so goddamn intense that I can't remember watching whatever episodes of Samurai Jack we were supposed to watch. I don't remember anything except the toilet.
Oh, you had an out-of-body experience. From a ghost pepper nuclear bomb burger.
Yes.
So, I can fill in the gaps a little bit. The
That's
episode,
good.
the episode in turn we were watching was the one where, and Renji Man will still complain about this. Jack was inside the stomach of a dragon.
Oh god, that episode.
And it really upset him because it made no sense. Good to know. Season 4? Season 4. Okay. As I'm seeing Gingy curl up into an actual ball at the foot of my bed, and turning redder than he already is, I ask him...
Redder than his hair.
Redder than his hair. Redder than actual red hots. That's pretty red. I ask him, "Hey buddy, you doing okay?" And I just hear grunts and a loud no. And I ask him, "Do you need anything?" And I simply hear that he thinks he's having a stomach ulcer. An actual ulcer? He was at the point where he almost had an actual serious stomach ulcer. Jesus! Now, luckily, I had stocked up on Tums, milk, medicine, everything just to make sure that he didn't die. Which he took. He drank some sparkling seltzer. He had some Tums. He had some Alka-Seltzer. And he had some milk. Straight from the gallon, but, he chugged it. And after about, I want to say, a half hour, 45 minutes, he came back down. He didn't want to talk to me or Renji the entire night. Mostly Renji.
Mostly me.
100 fucking % you.
Now, as I said previously, I am a man of my word. I made a burger the exact same way for me as well. And after Gingy cooled off for a little bit, we continued watching Samurai Jack, and I ate the burger. It was delicious. It was good. It was tasty. It was meaty. And the sauce, chef's kiss. The cheese melted perfectly. And the ghost peppers that were infused with the meat added that just lovely little bit of bell peppery goodness. That pleasure
Go on,
lasted
continue.
for about maybe 10 minutes. 15 at most. And then, well, I'm gonna let the two of them tell my reaction.
I don't
Renji,
remember your reaction, to be honest.
You don't remember my reaction?
Nah,
Oh, I remember you got up and went to the bathroom immediately.
Yeah.
And we didn't see you for a while, and I knew why.
Yeah. So, I remember sitting quietly, watching the show for about a good 10 minutes. And then I slammed my fist onto the ground. And I said out loud, "I'm waving the white flag." I remember going to the kitchen and chugging milk. And then I remember immediately going to the bathroom for a while. And I assume noises that you wish to not repeat on camera.
There were demons.
There were actual demons. How can I say this in the way that YouTube won't flag this.
His demons
best-
were exercised.
Yeah. Renji, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I'm still trying to think it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was possessed for a little bit. I didn't do the whole, you know, twisting my neck around and spitting out green ooze, but, you know.
He spit something out.
I did spit something out. Was it red? It was indeed red. Was it blood? I actually did thought I almost coughed up blood at one point.
But no, it was just the sauce from the burger, which made it worse.
Yeah, because imagine that mixing with
Stomach acid.
Stomach acid. So you became Spyro the Dragon. No, I became more that version of Satan from Hellbenders. You know the one? Or not Hell, was it Leo and Satan? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, got it. So, we concluded that despite this, Gingy has officially decreed that I am the Spicy Master. And, I won the, gentleman's bet, if you will. By risking my stomach and my insides to death. And that, for the most part, is the story. What I have never told is this. I attempted, weeks later, to make something else with the barbecue sauce. For myself. A very spicy spaghetti at one point. And how'd it go? Not great. The sauce infused with the noodles too well, and I had to call off work for the next 2 days because of it. Oh. So yeah. That is now the official story of the Ghost Pepper Burger. And to this day, even though I don't bring up the story as often, I still am very proud of Gingy, because I would not have anyone better in the entire multiverse that I could say can handle spice at the level that I could. He is indeed a gentleman and a scholar. And I do hope that one day Gingy surpasses me in spice and takes the throne. Assuming he doesn't try to plot and kill you.
No, again, he's not trying to kill him.
No, there's another who needs to die.
Because this burger wouldn't have come into fruition if it wasn't for a side visit.
Gingy, can I ask you a personal question?
Shoot.
How do you feel about curry?
I'm more of a pet Kimau.
Okay. Good to know. Oh, I know that. Look, you have an idea for something. If Gingy ever were to visit Crash's current timeline out here where he lives. Or if, say, Gingy were to ever spiritually and metaphysically visit me in my timeline, I would like to treat him to a nice dinner that I think he would enjoy. Fair enough. But that's the story. Alright. Good to know. Can I join you on the revenge plot, by the way, Gingy?
Why not?
Cool.
Ah, great. Well, stomach, we had a nice run.
I know your weakness too.
Yeah, I know. You know most of my weaknesses.
All I have to do is get you some unassuming macaroni
And
Yep.
cheese.
and cheese.
And cheese.